How about he do his best and go fight Spence then? Shut up, take a little bit less money, be quiet, humble yourself, and fight Earl Spence, a stud. Do what he say, and then you might be the challenger sometime. These people don't know how to do that. They don't know how to be the challenger. That's his problem. He think he's too high up on the horse. Bob Arum don't give a damn about him. Bob Arum told him to his face he done got lawsuits with his own promoter. You ain't worth shit to me, for real. That mean the man didn't really care about you anyway. You should have just shut up, made the right decision with the people that love you, and then do what you gotta do. Like, it's not my fault that you think, hey, they got some studs over there. Hanging only gonna sign the best of the best of me. You got Ennis, you got Garcia, you got Thurman, you got people making a name for themselves in your own weight division. Sit your ass in your weight division and see if you can beat one of them. Cause fucking with me, you gonna get knocked the fuck out. I'm a knockout artist, baby. I ain't here to play no games and make. I don't get paid for.
If I can't get the Spence Ugas winner, you know, I would love to get the Jermell and Castaño winner.
Okay.
You know, that would.
You know that just got postponed.
Yeah, I seen
Yeah,
it.
okay.
But in all, you know, I can have a fight
yeah.
and then, you know, be undisputed at 154.
All right, because Bomac did say that he was thinking of maybe moving up.
Yeah, for sure. For
Okay.
sure.
Your Crawfords, now your Crawford. My dog live in Omaha. I know how Omaha rolls. Y'all ain't never seen no real shit like this shit here. How about he do his best and go fight Earl Spence then? Shut up, take a little bit less money, be quiet, humble yourself, and fight Earl Spence, a stud. Do what he say, and then you might be the challenger sometime. Bob Arum don't give a damn about him. Bob Arum told him to his face he done got lawsuits with his own promoter. You ain't worth shit to me, for real. You got Ennis, you got Garcia, you got Thurman, you got people making a name for themselves in your own weight division. Sit your ass in your weight division and see if you can beat one of them. Cause fucking with me, you gonna get knocked the fuck out. I'm a knockout artist, baby.
What's good, YouTube? It's your boy KB with Just Do Boxing, back with another video. And I wanted to do a quick follow-up. You know, it's been a lot of back and forth between the undefeated WBO 147-pound champion Terence Crawford and once beaten, unified 154-pound champion Jermell Charlo. There's been some words being exchanged. You heard it right from the horse's mouth. That was an interview that Jermell Charlo did with Brian Custer on the Last Stand podcast. Feel free to check out that full interview. And, he had some words for Terence Crawford, basically letting him know, you need to fight Errol Spence, stay in your weight class, fight one of the top guys. If you can beat them, see if you can beat those guys, he said, because messing with him will get him knocked the F out, like he said, so I think that's some heated words for Jermell Charlo. He's never short on words, he never bites his tongue. And I just think this is a fight that could potentially happen, which is the reason why I even felt the need to speak on it. Reason I said I think this fight can happen, we've heard Crawford say out his own mouth, if he can't get the Spence fight, he'll go up there and fight the winner out of Castaño and Charlo. And you've also heard him say the fight is behind him and he doesn't need Spence and things of that nature. But then on the other side, you heard Spence say once he grabbed that third belt, he's coming for Crawford's WBO strap. So I just think it's interesting to see how all this is going to play out. I think Crawford, with him recently cutting ties with Bob Arum, seems like he has some options, man. Maybe he could potentially, face, the undefeated, undisputed 140-pound champion, Josh Taylor. They saying he's gonna vacate his belts and move up to 147. And the WBO recently made Josh Taylor super champion, which would allow him to then move up and challenge Crawford for his belt right away as soon as he's ready. So the WBO stage. So, it looks like Crawford has some options. Is he going to wait for the winner out of Spence and Ugas? Is he going to wait for the winner out of Castaño and Charlo? Or would he be willing to accept a fight against the undefeated Josh Taylor? You know, I think all those fights are entertaining and very interesting for the fans. I think they're very competitive fights. You know, especially, you know, we could get an undisputed this year between Earl the True Spence and Terence Crawford if, you know, Spence were to get past Ugas, and there's no definite that, you know, that he's gonna win. You know, Ugas ain't no walk in the park. As I said several times, I just expect Errol Spence to be Errol Spence and get the victory. And there's nothing more I would like to see personally as a supporter of boxing than an undisputed matchup between, you know, Spence and Terence Crawford. I think that's the fight. That's one of the biggest fights in boxing to be made. I think the fans deserve it. You know, the fighters owe it to themselves to challenge themselves against the absolute best. And regardless of, you know, what's been being said in the media and the back and forth between the fighters and promoters and all of those things, I think that this fight has a very good chance of happening, simply because I think, regardless of what's being said, both of those fighters want that fight. They're not scared of each other. You don't get to the level they at being scared. And I truly think these dudes want to test, you know, themselves against one another to see who's truly the best at 147 pounds. And I think, you know, after April 16th, you know, we're going to be one step closer to an undisputed fight. And that's just what I think. That's my thoughts. That's what I truly believe. I think that fight going to happen. And hopefully, you know, it does. I'm very optimistic that it will. And if it doesn't, I mean, hey, look, Terence Crawford said he'd be willing to jump to 154 and face Charlo. And we all know Charlo's not going to back down. So that's another entertaining fight. Or maybe, like I said, Josh Taylor and Terence Crawford. You know, he seemed to have some options, man. Seemed like, you know, some options opened up to him. So hopefully, you know, he's smart in what moves he decides to make moving forward. So we can see him in the best possible fights moving forward for the remainder of his career. I mean, that's what he wants. He wants legacy fights. He wants to be the best. He wants to retire Hall of Famer, you know, all those things. So, you know, what fighter better to do it with than Spence? You know, that's definitely a legacy fight. You know, if you jump up to 154 and fight Charlo, that's another great fight. You know, even fighting Josh Taylor, he's not as big as a Spence or a Charlo, but it's still a big fight, and it's a good fight. You know, so that's just my thoughts. That's my take on it, man. Y'all get in the comment section. Let me know what y'all think. Let me know if y'all interested in the fight between Jermell Charlo and Terence Crawford. Let me know if you think it's possible and if we're going to get this fight in the near future. As always, get in that comment section and let me know if I gave Jermell Charlo and Terence Crawford a just do, because that's what I do over here at Just Do Boxing. To the next one, I'm out. Peace.